We're live. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I don't have my chat up. Let me pull the chat up. We got our yellow on.
We was at the wedding, girl.
We was
They
at the
didn't show
wedding.
us. They didn't show us.
No, we were socially distanced. We were on the Zoom aspect of the wedding. You know, yellow is very hard to pull off. I don't know what Darling Ralph Angel was talking about. A yellow dress code in 12 hours notice. I had a
Yellow is
turtleneck
very
on.
hard to pull off. I don't know what
Mm-mm.
Darling Ralph Angel was talking
Okay,
about.
now
Yellow.
mute the YouTube. Mute the YouTube. Yeah, Season, you have a pretty dress on though. If I wasn't, 9 months pregnant, I could have found something around here to throw
I
on.
have sweats on, but
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's a shop. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Hey, K Fab. I like the little bow. It's giving me very Darla. Yes, yes.
suck that back.
Yeah, I got this little mustard. The faith of a mustard seed. Child, the faith of a mustard seed. That's all I got going on. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, let me see. Season, what a change of pace. First of all, Brittany could not make it tonight with us. We miss her. But we're gonna just do our little thing. I don't think it's gonna be too long of a recap because it was really just one thing that happened the whole episode. So we ain't gonna keep y'all all night yet. We ain't gonna keep y'all all night, but um, definitely leave your comments. I think that's Lauren. Tell Cersei it was me on Twitter. Is Lauren, right? I think.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. She said,
What's up, Lauren?
"You look cute, girl." Trying. Um, but anyways, okay, let's go ahead and get started. Leave your comments if you attended the wedding. How was that? I didn't see no libations. Well, they had the little yellow cup. Okay, you got your little gel.
Toast to the bride and groom.
I got this same 1 liter that I drink about 10 of these a day. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, hey Stephanie, MD Tur, what up? What up? What up? Okay, we got the regulars in the building. All right, so let's talk about the fact that thank God this wasn't a super over like coronavirus episode. It was actually a very joyous episode, right? Season, what did you think?
It was real cute. It got a little dusty in the room here and there, but I
Girl,
managed. I'm good.
there were several times where I was like really like the last scene really sent me over the edge, but we gonna work our way to that with Nova
Okay.
and everything. But we're gonna work our way to that. Yellow says, I love you, ladies in yellow. Thank you. MD Terp says, oh my God, Ralph Andrew got married and there was no drama. Now, I recall when MD Terp said that he thought it was gonna be some drama. And I said, no, I don't think it's gonna be drama. I think they're gonna have a happily ever after. I was right. I was right. But anyways, okay, so let's start at the beginning. Um, what's going on in Atlanta season?
Girl, it's an active shooter in Atlanta that shot up some Asian spies. He gonna be
Oh,
white.
oh,
So
okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Me and Season are sisters, in case you guys didn't know. My
right.
is texting like, is everybody good in Atlanta? I'm like, hey, what's going on in Atlanta? Y'all okay out there in Atlanta?
Yeah, yeah, it's some folk acting up in Atlanta, shooting up some Asian spies down in Buckhead,
See what happened when you start opening back up all the mass shooting, all the other kind of shit
Well,
started back up.
we never closed down this way, but I hope everyone's safe and
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes. And stop this anti-Asian violence, y'all. What the fuck? I mean, come on. This is getting stupid. But anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. But let's get back on track to Queen Sugar. So we're gonna run through the whole episode. First of all, I thought it was really sweet that well, first of all, Darla and Ralph Angel, they pulled this wedding off, but I liked how they still tried to incorporate like aspects of a traditional wedding, like in terms of like having a maid of honor and a best man. And I thought it was really sweet how Darla wanted Charlie to be her maid of honor and saying that she looked up to her. They kind of had a hot and cold relationship. Like Charlie really took Darla, I don't know if you guys remember, under her wing, like early seasons. Like she worked for Charlie at the mill and all kind of stuff. And then when shit went left with the whole paternity thing, Charlie was a mega bitch to Darla. So, but it's good that a big part of Nova, Darla being accepted is getting back to that really good space with Charlie. What did you think about Charlie being the maid of honor?
Oh, I thought that was really cute. Definitely a good choice, because Miss Charlie, honey, she gets everything snatched and pulled together, and she is, an inspiration. Like, just
Yeah.
if you go back to previous episodes, just hearing how far she's come, and like she do the damn thing. So I could totally see someone looking up to her and just wanting that strength in that, like, that, just having that by their side on their wedding day. I could
Yeah.
see that. I mean, I could totally see Darla. They got that little light skin connection,
I forgot what you say, light skin girl power in the
Light
other
skin got
episode.
that little light skin girl power, she gave Darla them tips for that
Yeah.
interview, so they build each other up.
Right. Light skin sticking together, huh? Well, yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. The thing about Charlie's ride or die. If she's with you, she riding for you. Now, if you're on her bad side, that's a different situation. But I do think that, more so than let's say Nova, for instance, the contrast, Charlie really has been about trying to help Darla get into a better space. So aside from that hiccup with the whole paternity thing, they have really, Charlie has been very much invested in Darla's well-being. So I thought that was great. Stephanie says, I think it's important for Black people to see what repair, healing, and reconciliation look like. That is so true. And I think that's one of the things that Queen Sugar really does beautifully. Like, they have the tension, they have the beefs or whatever, but they push through it as a family, and they get past it. I think that's really healthy, that they show how, you can kind of get through these phases in life and still come back together stronger. I thought it was really cute. Blue is like a little genius. Okay. So at first I thought they were letting on heavy handed in terms of like trying to use Blue with the script to try to incorporate all this coronavirus talking points and shit. But I see now with the mother, and we'll get to that a little bit later coming into the equation, that they're really just trying to, impress upon us how smart and bright Blue is. And I thought throughout the episode, I loved how he is just like so ingrained, and like they're very thoughtful about him. So I thought the whole something old, something new,
That was cute.
something blue. That was
Yeah, that
cute,
was
right?
super cute.
Now I'm curious, if you guys are married in the comments, did you do that tradition season? I don't remember necessarily doing that for my wedding. Do you remember? I feel like you did it for your wedding though. Do you remember?
I had something blue. I had all of that.
Okay.
I feel like I had like my garter. My garter was blue.
Okay.
Um, I think my jewelry was something new. I don't remember what was borrowed. What is it? Something
Something
new.
old, right?
Yeah, I don't remember, but I did do all those traditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like 5 shots of Jim Beam in by the time I made it down the aisle. So I don't recall at all.
I'm pretty sure we did it for your wedding.
Somebody was looking out, child, because I don't recall. I don't
Yeah.
remember it being a
Yeah.
big to do if that happened. But I'm still married. I'm
Yeah.
happily married, so I guess it worked out anyway.
Hey, me too, girl.
Um, but speaking of things like we kind of touched upon a little bit earlier, for those of you who are came right on time. Yellow. Black people love a dress code, yeah. If you don't
Black
have
people
none
look
else, you
good in
don't have
yellow
one.
though.
Black
Black people
people
look
do.
good in yellow.
Black people do, even though they didn't really do the yellow. They didn't follow through. You know.
You don't think so?
Well, the
Everybody
men did not have yellow
had on
on.
gray.
The men had on gray, so they should have said gray and yellow. But I mean, for my wedding, we had a dress code. It was all black, everything, and I was very, very, very adamant. I was very belligerent about it. I was like, everybody needs to have on all black, not black and white stripe, not polka dot, solid black. But that shit was lit though. That was lit. And the bridesmaids had on gorgeous silver gowns. Season, you didn't have a dress code though.
No, I didn't have no dress code. I had a sneak wedding.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it was sneak to the social media, but it wasn't sneak to the rest of us. So
No, I wasn't sneak to the rest of them, but no, I didn't have no dress code. Mm-mm.
What do y'all think in the comments? Are y'all pro dress code or
I'm pro dress code
I'm
for
pro dress
sure.
code? I just think you can't expect people to do the right thing. So and I just think that color coordination just looks good. It's just a black. I don't know. Is it a black thing or is it a all people do it? Because I think it's more of a black thing to have a dress code, especially a particular color theme. I think black people love a color theme compared to other people.
I think it has to be a black thing. And I remember, for both of my weddings, people would be hitting me up like, "Oh, what's the wedding colors or whatever?" And they'd be like real like into like, "Okay, well, what colors? What's the colors or whatever?"
Right.
Black people want to know the colors, baby. Okay,
Period. You gotta have a
so
color. You gotta have a bridal shower dress code. You gotta have a bachelorette party dress code. You gotta have a wedding dress code. All that. All that. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm reading the comments. Ariel, hey girl, says pro dress code. Yellow says I love a dress code. Stephanie says yes, we do love a dress code. K Fab says pro dress code. Some peeps are raggedy AF. Yes, some people are raggedy as fuck. You can't trust people. You cannot trust people. Okay. Hi, Marilyn. She says, I like a dress code. Yes, dress code, all the way to go. 50th birthday party, 40th birthday party, everything,
dress
dress code.
code.
Period.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, we got to talk about the little sad part though. With Hollywood, that was a downer, but I mean, you couldn't really have the episode without addressing the fact that his mom just died literally in the last episode, like the night before. But I thought that they dealt with it pretty well. I loved Aunt Vi's, pep talk. I loved when she said life isn't about people showing up for you, it's about you showing up for people. I like that. They always drop some really nice gems.
Oh yeah, I'm right.
Throughout the
Always
show.
comes through with a word.
Yes, yes. But I mean, I think that this is a way that they did address the fact that during coronavirus, a lot of people weren't able to have funerals, because of the dangers of it. And I thought, again, it's modeling good behavior. So I do think that part was nice. But I don't really want to linger on that too long. What do you think, Season? Moving on.
No, no, I mean, I didn't think it was that sad, but I was not surprised. I knew he was gonna show up for the wedding. I knew that was gonna happen.
I was surprised he showed up for the
You
wedding.
was? I wasn't surprised.
His character doesn't surprise me, but it's clear that they're doing like a socially distanced, like minimizing people in the scene and minimizing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very obvious what they've shot the season that they're trying to minimize, like, people necessarily interacting with each other. So I thought just for the strategy behind it, he wouldn't make it. But I was delighted to see when Hollywood showed up at the end. I thought that was really, really sweet. What about y'all in the comments? Okay, did y'all think he was gonna? I mean, everybody's gonna be like, of course he was gonna show up. I think I'm in the minority here, but y'all let me know if y'all thought he was gonna show up. Marilyn says,
Yeah, I knew he was
Hollywood,
gonna
I knew
show
he
up.
would show. Of course he did. Of course he would, right? What I thought was nice, let's talk about Nova for a second, was when she had the conversation. What was that?
She's so boring.
Really, Nova, I liked what they did with her character this episode. When she was talking to Calvin, I liked that Nova took ownership of her mistakes with Darla, because she did Darla so foul with that book. And it really, really messed Darla up like big time, right? I mean, you guys in the comments remind me, did she not like go on like a drug bender or some shit like that because of that book? Like she was really humiliated. And I think it actually forced Darla to have to come clean about Blue's paternity, right? So that was just so beyond the pale. But I was actually happy to see that Nova kind of took ownership of that and realized that, like, yeah, she messed up. She messed up. Season, you probably don't remember all that, right? Because that was last season. But everybody, oh, K-Pop says she drank. Okay, so she didn't get back into the drugs, but she did have a drink or whatever. It was a very, very dark.
Not that bad.
Well, she had been sober for.
So when you're recovering and you have a substance abuse issue, drinking is a gateway. So.
Exactly. So she really got Darla off. But Nova, kudos to her. I thought Nova's letter, her from her mom,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
so beautiful, wasn't it?
It
Oh my
just make
God.
me want to write a letter to my baby.
I know
and
you
press it
should.
somewhere. I
With your
should
calligraphy, you have the calligraphy, like maybe do like a scrapbook or something, like every year, write him a letter. That would be nice. That's a good idea.
I would totally do some shit like that for sure.
I think you, I'm not like sentimental like that, but I think that's a
But then if
great
I
idea.
don't like his wife, then I gotta throw it all away.
No, you can write him a letter to his older self or some shit. Like, hey,
I'm
this,
kidding.
yeah, I know. Yeah, we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. He got a long ways to go.
He got a long
Um,
way to go.
But one thing about Nova, so Charlie, to your point, she gonna bring the logistics. She's gonna bring, the pep talk. But Nova's gonna bring the sentiment, and that's what that letter was. And I thought it was really, like, really, really touching because obviously, like, Darla and Roth Angel have been through some shit, and so I thought it was nice that they didn't really try to completely paper over that. Like, we've seen them grow. We've seen them throughout the season get in a really good place. But that kind of moment with her and Charlie and then Nova's letter from her mom really kind of acknowledged that, hey, this wasn't like an inevitable outcome, right? What did you think about that?
Oh, the letter and
Well, just like the pre-wedding jitters of like feeling like, I don't know if I'm like feeling like I don't know
oh
if I'm
yeah,
worthy or I didn't know I always wanted this and now it's here and just kind of like sometimes like when you get through some shit like that, those mixed
I
feelings.
think that actually might be normal and not specific to like Darla and Ralph Angel. I
Yeah.
mean, I was nervous as fuck at my wedding. I was like,
Really?
hell yeah. I mean, I was like, oh, I hope he show up.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I was nervous as hell. So, I mean, I knew I was where I wanted to be, but I was like, what if it changes their mind,
Yeah.
um, so I definitely can relate to those feelings of, those last minute feelings or that voice in the back of your head that kind of creeps in at the last minute, like about your worthiness and what you deserve. And
Yeah.
I totally feel all that. So you gotta fight through that shit when your makeup done and you finna put on your dress and stuff. You gotta get over all that because it's like, well, you know what, we here now, so
Right. Best of
if we
luck.
done paid for all this, yeah, we finna do this. So
Right.
you
Right.
kind of push it to the back of your mind, but yeah, that was there for me for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't have those feelings at all, but I was also, like I said, totally two sheets
You
to the
was
wind.
like, bitch, I'm a prize. I'm finna walk down this aisle looking popping.
You know what? I bit off more than I can chew. CJ and I, like my husband and I both completely bit off more than we could chew in terms of our like hands-onness on the wedding. And so it wasn't a whole lot of time to sit there and reflect and be all sentimental. It was like almost like we were like wedding coordinators. He was over the catering, not really catering, but he was over the catering, and then I was over like everything else. And so the only thing that I was thinking about was I just had to get like fucked up, wasted. And so, but I was like totally lucid during the ceremony. Okay.
Don't
So
remember
that's
my
what counts.
ceremony at all.
You said you don't remember? See, my ceremony was amazing. So I do remember it. It was so great. But after that it's all a blur. So, but anyways, let's rewind though. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, before I get to that, I want to talk about Stephanie's comment. Stephanie says, my daughter set up my grandson an email address. We all send him letters and pictures. Oh my God, isn't that sweet? I'm
That
like, that's a
is sweet.
brilliant idea.
I thought of doing that. Um, and I still may do that.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, we have Google Photos. So, I mean, as a mom, I don't know if other moms do this. I know we have one friend who says that at night she'll look at like pictures and videos of her kids before going to bed. But I would say at least 3, 4 times a week, I find myself going all the way back to his delivery,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just looking
Yeah.
at pictures of him. So, but I'm more of like, me, I'm like tangible. I like to hold stuff. So I know
Yeah.
that I'm gonna have both. I'm gonna have, the digital memories and then like the physical.
Right. 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 Yeah, I mean, I think that's just beautiful. What you guys in the comments, do you have any traditions like that? Anything sentimental, or has anybody passed anything down to you? That's something I'm curious about. MD Terms says, "Oh my God, that sounds so stressful. I'm doing the justice of the peace and a reception. That money going toward a bomb ass honeymoon." Well, you can do both, boo.
You
Okay, because
can do
my
both because the money we got at our wedding paid for our beautiful South African honeymoon, honey. So you could do it. You could do both.
yeah,
You could do
yeah.
both.
Our money paid for a good portion of our honeymoon to Aruba. We was down in the Soul Beach, Turkey, getting messed up, smoking on Cubans. Anyways, it's not about us. This is about Queen Sugar. Okay. Anyways, okay. I will say I was somewhat triggered by this. The Zoom bachelorette slash bridal party slash engagement party. Like, I thought it was a really sweet,
That
thoughtful
was cute.
idea, but like, oh my God. Like, it was another Zoom. And it's just like, that sucks ass that we've been doing. Like, I'm so zoomed out. Like, even watching a Zoom on TV triggers me. Like, I didn't do a Zoom baby shower. I was like, no, I don't want to do a Zoom birthday party. I don't want to do a Zoom baby shower. Like, I know you had a Zoom party for David, but like, is
Hmm.
it just me, or am I just, or is it like super triggering to see like Zooms now?
I wasn't triggered by it at all.
Okay.
I'm super festive. So like Christmas and New Year's, I had the balloon backdrop for my baby's
Yes.
birthday.
Yes, you
I
did.
decorate. So I don't care what's going on. I'm starting to plot on like Easter in 2 weeks. So like
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, 'cause I want to do a big Easter egg hunt for this little boy. So
Okay.
I wasn't triggered by. I thought it was genius. It was a really cute surprise. It's
Yeah.
totally something I would do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I miss decor out. So I wasn't triggered by it. It's the best you can do right now. It really is.
Yeah, that's true. Stephanie says shower same zoomed out. I mean, it's thoughtful. And honestly, a lot of times bridal showers or some event is going to be a surprise. So I mean, I thought it was nice. I thought the sentiment behind it was nice. It was a great way of incorporating Dollar's mothers into the whole, the episode or whatever, and just showing that everybody was super on board
Okay,
with the
so that's
wedding.
that's what tripped me out. I guess I'm just totally out the loop, but I did not know that was Darla Mama.
Yeah, so not this
I
past
didn't know
season.
she had such a bougie ass mama.
Well, yeah, her mom and dad are in DC. And
Oh yeah,
but I
y'all
think
bougie out there.
talking about Sidwell and Friends, I'm thinking like, girl, your daughter's unemployed. You need to start there and talk about going to goddamn Sidwell and Friends.
Get
But
her a
anyway,
job.
I know. Can you help her out? Where's your connections for that? But I think with Darla, when she got up on the whole drug thing and then had Blue, I think that just really derailed her
Mm,
completely off. So yeah, so there was a
mm.
lot of issues with her mom and her dad, but I thought that it was great to show just how much of a reset, and I maybe not reset, but how much of a reconciliation. I think it was Stephanie who said it earlier. Um, that there has been amongst her family. So I thought that was really great. But I do think,
You know my ignorant ass. I was like, well, no wonder she was on drugs. Her daddy was Nino Brown.
oh Lord. You didn't even see her daddy. So where you come up with that?
Cause she was Nino Brown's wife in
Oh,
New Jack City.
I'm slow. I'm slow. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Michael Michelle though still look good. She look
She
good.
looked good, honey. She do.
That's
She looked
that's
good.
one right there. She ain't aged a day. Okay.
She looked good.
Yes. Okay. Somebody said I told y'all her parents are extra bougie and messy. Yeah, because they was the one that started a lot of that shit anyway behind the paternity stuff with Ralph Angel and Darla. It was the mama that brought all that shit to light. Just messy. Just real messy. Because they were engaged. And then the mom came up in there fucking all that up. So yeah. K Fab says my house is decorated for St. Patrick's Day. I always decorate for the holidays. So you have a spirit animal out there, season.
I
Chantel
thank
said
you.
yes, ma'am, but she did tell her about yeah. Well, I mean, Chantel is right. I mean, even though it was messy about how Darla's mom kind of, was like, well, y'all getting married and y'all don't have, you haven't come clean. Ultimately, it was for the best because,
Mhm.
they're in a better place and there's no secret. So I don't know if she was necessarily being like pure in her intentions, but at the end of the day, it worked out. Everybody moved on. So that's good. Um, but I do think that what was interesting, it was like the dichotomy between like Hollywood grieving for his mom and then the wedding ceremony. It's like that's kind of what we've been living through, right? It's like it's fucked up shit happening and it's good shit happening, and it's like, and it could be fucked up shit and good shit happening in the same family. And you just have to kind of like roll with it and just try to like figure out how to cope and like try to be happy for people who are having good things, but also sensitive people who are experiencing bad things, right, Season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of people are having to put off things. So when I see people who just go for it and have their celebration on like extremely scaled back or on
Yeah.
Zoom, it's just like, you know what? Good for y'all. Shit,
Yeah.
like go on, go to the courthouse or go on have your wedding on Zoom or your baby shower or your baby birthday party. Like do what you have to do because um we have to just take it right
Yeah.
now. We have to
Yeah.
grab we have to take it where we can get it or we can't sit it's not gonna come to us.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm
That's
all
true.
for that. I thought it was I mean I'm all for that. I'm festive, so I'm gonna make a moment out of anything and I'm ready for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. So
Yeah, I mean, Stephanie says new reality, and that's the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, like tomorrow's not promised, number one. And number two, we don't know what the other side of this looks like. I mean, there's like people who are just like, fuck it, what pandemic? But then at the same time, there are people who like really are still trying to be like, more scale back. Season like seconds, like that's me. Um, but yeah, I think that ultimately, like, we don't know when we get to the other side. We don't know what the other side looks like. It might not ever be back to what we saw, like, in the same way. And so I agree. Like, if you're going for it, go for it. And, try to incorporate people as best as you can, through technology, which is a beautiful thing. But life has to move on. Like Emily Terp says, yes, life goes on. This pandemic has made me reflect on a lot. It made me realize what's really important and how life can be snatched. Exactly, exactly. So, cherish your family and don't hold off on like, I want this big thing. I want it to be this way. Like, just go for it. And I think that that's a really great message that the show is sending. My favorite scene, I love the wedding, don't get me wrong, but my favorite scene was Charlie and Ralph Angel racing. And
oh gosh, yeah.
it was just such, to use Blue's word, a jubilant scene. It
We
was
could
just,
never do that with our brother. He dust our
I
ass.
know he's a track star. She's a runner. She's a track star. He's a track star, not us. But
I'd be the one that my knee gave out and I'd fall and all on the asphalt. I would turn into a meme. I would.
yeah, and Charlie was not Dustin Ralph Angel, but he was.
And did you notice? Did you notice how her hair was a little sweated out at the end? I was like, see, shout out to Queen Sugar.
Yes, and you know what, Dawn Lynn Gardner, she was running her ass off. She was trying to win that race. I don't know who, it wasn't scripted who was going to win, but she definitely was trying her ass off, and I thought that was beautiful. But the joy, because that was one of the. It's a lot of scenes. Somebody has a mask on or whatever the situation is. So just to see a scene that really, even though they start off with the mask on, but to see them running down the field, it's like a little color purplish, right? I love that though. Like it's like that scene. It's like on the land, just that fellowship, that camaraderie, that love, and that joy, which I feel like we still don't see enough of in the show. But that's what makes the show so beautiful, is seeing those moments of just pure joy. It made me joyful, and I ain't got no, well, I couldn't run up and down my driveway, but that wouldn't be a good idea. But just their bond, I think that, like, I love that Charlie has always been super ride or die for Ralph Angel, and I just love that. I just love that. I think everybody in the comments is agreeing too that that was a great scene. But anyway, Micah, um,
He's cute.
I don't, he got a different look every episode, but he's so cute. And
Brown. with that big ass chain. I said, okay,
Yeah, that
look.
was his yellow, was the chain. MB Turk says that was my favorite scene as well because Charlie and Moth Angel have been fighting so much over the land. I don't know if I wouldn't call Charlie and Moth Angel fighting so much over the land. I think that they kind of treated Charlie as a cash cow earlier in the series. Um and then it came out that it was Ralph Angel who alone owned the land. And so there was some tension with that. But I think generally speaking, Charlie has always, like, I don't think anybody can say that Charlie has been anything but ride or die for Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel, on the other hand, he did act a little shady about the land situation, but they pushed through that. They pushed through that. KFAB says Charlie has always had Ross back. Exactly. Um, what else? Okay, let's get to the actual wedding though. I love the decor.
Mm-hmm.
We see what now Darla was doing with all that yellow fabric. It wasn't making a dress, it was making, all kind of stuff. And but what I loved about it is just how sentimental and the intensity of it, right? Like first of all, Darla always has a little bit of sadness to me in her,
He do.
um
Yeah.
but they have such great chemistry together that I'm like, it trips me out. Like, they're not together in real life. Like, they're so believable as a couple. And then, like, Ralph Angel just has that piercing, like super intense, like he's about to bust with like just like intensity. And so I loved their vows. What did you think about the vows that they exchanged?
The vows were cute, I think that, a lot of couples can kind of relate to just feeling like, okay, you're that extra bit of oil burning in my lamp when I need it, or like when, because one of my favorite things about being married is feeling like I never have to go through anything alone ever
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
So just having that support or that person behind you to give you that extra push, or to remind you like you're not a bad person, or you don't deserve this, or it's going to get better. That
yeah.
person, to have that always in your corner and to be there for someone else is good. So they had a lot of their vows were had to do with light, like
Yes.
like
Mhm.
feeling lighter or being a guiding light, or just,
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I guess I think my vows were traditional. I don't remember them. I didn't write them myself, but I thought
Yeah.
that was, I thought that was real cute. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Going back a little bit, KFAB says Charlie reminds me of Terry on Soul Food. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah,
That
she do.
chemistry is intense. Chantel says, I'm happy they finally got hitched, and amen season. Yes, I agree with you about like, I think that's what I feel like, marriage gets a bad rap. Particularly, I feel like in younger black people, like there's just like this, like, I don't know, it's kind of like a
Mhm.
trend of being like super like anti-marriage or whatever the
Yes.
situation is.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of stuff, like a lot of the stuff that you hear about marriage is like, marriage is so hard. Oh, it's the hardest thing you ever have to do, and this, that, and the other. That's not my experience.
Mhm.
But I do love, I mean, yeah, I think that when you ideally, right, when you marry somebody, they are a light in your life and they make you shine brighter. Like, the thing that I always say with my husband and I is like, we celebrate each other, we don't tolerate each other. Like, my husband knows if we're watching a commercial and somebody hair don't look right or
Ooh.
something look, he know I'm gonna sit up there and talk some shit. I'm gonna say something. He not always have a comment for everything, but he just looks for it. It's like he's looking at, okay, what you got to say? And if I'm sitting up there like, he's like, spit it out. What you got? What you got? And it's like, that's our thing. Like, it's not like a situation where it's like you feel like you have to dim yourself or like mute yourself because you want to put on for this person or you want this person to perceive you a certain way. It's really just being 100% embraced. And I think that, like, that's what's so important. And I think that like Darla and Ralph Angel's relationship shows that because they both had to embrace a lot about each other. It's not just Darla. Ralph Angel has his baggage as well, but I do think that it's so great to see just that pure love and that pure, like, we have each other's back and we make each other shine brighter. I love, love, love that. MD Terp says it was a perfect Southern backyard wedding. Yeah, them people was cold though. I saw them shivering. Blue was the only one who couldn't play it all, but they probably filmed this in what like whatever it was cold as shit out there. I saw that wind going. Stephanie says my husband is a safe space. He's my biggest cheerleader. That's right.
That's
That's
it.
right. Stephanie says if you're being tolerated in a marriage, it's time to reconsider that you're in a relationship. Hello? You ever ask yourself in the past, way back when, like, do you even like me?
Oof, I remember all them conversations.
Yeah, yeah. Cut
That's
it.
why I left my first marriage.
Cut
Bye.
it. Cut it. Ain't never cut that bitch off. Bye.
No,
It ain't
ain't.
worth it. Life is too short. MD Terms says, I think marriage does get a bad rep. One in every two ends in divorce, but that also means one in every two make it. True. And make it work. And that's a lot of people. Yeah, I agree with you. It still worked though. I've seen good marriages and some horrible ones. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like marriages work for me. Now, I don't know. My husband would say the same thing. I think he would say the same thing. But it don't feel like work to me. It just feels like we
Yeah.
live in our lives and it's a beautiful thing. But
We chilling, yep.
we're chilling. Exactly. We're chilling. Okay. Let's move on though. I thought that it was cute how they incorporated Darla's mom into the wedding. And that's the reality, right? A lot of people are doing stuff through technology. I guess, it's been like forever people do the phone shit. So now people
Ugh.
kind of have an excuse to have their phones out and be Skyping and other shit or whatever. But yeah. Chantel says too many feel like marriage is just for paper. I agree. I think that, there's in an ideal situation, marriage doesn't fundamentally change your relationship. Like if you had a good relationship before you got married, you get married, your relationship should still be good. Like it doesn't solve, oh, we had a fucked relationship, let's get married and let's like all of a sudden miraculously be like great. But I do think that there is an intangible feeling that you get from being married that's like, this ain't my problem. You go out and you see people cutting up, you're like, ooh, that ain't my problem. That's not my ministry. That's not my life anymore. So yeah. um, but anyway, let's move on to the reception, right? Oh, first we have to address Darla's mom talking about sending Blue to Sidwell and Friends. Girl, bye.
Ain't nobody talking about that.
Yes. So
I
moving
hope
on.
they leave that right where it is.
I feel like that was a flex moment on Nova. What do y'all think? I mean, on Vi, like, oh, we have to send him to Sidwell and Friends, and send him up here, y'all little funky ass schools down in Louisiana and shit, and he can go to the school with the Obamas. Because I'm not girl, bye. When was the last time you even been step foot in Louisiana? So I thought that was a little flex moment. What y'all think in the comments? Was that flexing, or was she just, what do you think, Season?
I think it was a flex, and I'm glad Aunt Vi was like, "Okay, girl, bye, girl."
Bye,
'Cause I
girl.
be the
Okay.
same way when I'm talking to somebody and they start flexing. I be like, "Okay, girl, well, let me go to my little house or whatever,
Right.
my
Stephanie,
little house."
right.
Okay,
Okay.
we all set over here, but you keep doing your thing over there.
That's where you hit him with the okay.
Hi.
Anyway, Stephanie says definitely a flex. Um, Shari started something. Yellow Rose says, "Girl, bye to Mama Bougie." Exactly. That's just nothing but a bougie flex
Yeah.
moment. Okay. Okay. If you got that, then you should have hopped on a private jet to come down here to your daughter's wedding. So get the hell on with all that. But anyway, I thought it was interesting during the reception, and I'm sure since you're gonna roll your eyes at this, because
I
anyway,
already know
but
what you finna say, girl.
Calvin asking Nova about marriage, it wasn't a proposal, but it was just more so like, is this something that you're interested in? You guys in the comments, what did you guys think about that Season? Your reaction?
I mean, I would have thought that they would have already discussed something like that. Like he left a whole ass wife and kids. They living together. Like, okay, so what y'all finna do? Like, so I don't know.
Well, in fairness, he had been divorced. It wasn't like he left the wife and then got right with Nova.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was just like, really? Are they really trying to act like this is the first time something like this would have came up? Like, why are you dragging her to your old raggedy parents' house to meet your old racist dying uncle. And why you doing all this? Like y'all must have talked about it. But I mean, good for her, whatever.
Well, I don't think, I mean, it doesn't surprise me because Nova hasn't necessarily been like a traditional relationship kind of person. And so I think this with Calvin is like, to me, if I can recall correctly, like her first like monogamous, like serious relationship in the whole show. Because she's always been like a free spirit, kind of had her thing going on. Now, I'm not saying she was like sleeping around all the time, but she didn't seem like the kind of person to, you know, she didn't seem the kind of person that would really be like super pro marriage or anything like that. Emily Terp says Nova was real extra summoning the ancestors after Calvin proposed. It was not a proposal. It was a let's have a conversation. Like my girl Kamala said. I think we should have that conversation. I just love her. I think we should have that conversation.
Girl, she went home and made her a Pinterest board for her dream wedding. Knock it off. That was a proposal, baby.
Yeah, but speaking of summoning the ancestors, um, let me see. Wait, before I get to that, because I want to end on that. But let's talk about just that reception was a little too turned down, but I was cracking up laughing at the whole "Before I Let Go" Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Why? That is a Black wedding staple, and it's a breakup song.
It's a breakup song, and that like
hopping.
It is. They should have had they fumbled the ball because it should have been electric slide going on to that. Okay, but it's okay because they still got that little dance on. But I need Black people to understand. Before I Let Go is not a like wedding song. It is a breakup song. It's literally like saying like, I don't know, but I'm gonna be sure. I'm not just gonna let your ass go until I'm sure. Like, you know how you don't quit a job until you have another job.
So you have another job. Yeah.
You pass the piss test and you pass the background check, and then you get a start date, and then you go, it's like, okay, now I'm sure. That's the equivalent of what the Frankie Beverly and Maze song is. So people pick out the little parts, and they think like, okay, this is a love song. It's kind of like, Lenny Williams, Cause I Love You. Like, the song is actually singing to his new bitch about how he was super into his old chick, but he got over her. But like all of the whining that he's doing is really about his old chick. Did you know that?
Girl, I know that. I mean,
go back and listen to the song. He's singing to a new. He's Lenny Williams. He's singing to his new girlfriend. I shouldn't have said bitch. He's singing to his new girlfriend or whatever the situation about how heartbroken he was with his ex. But now he's gotten over it and he's like all in for the new relationship. I'm telling you, Black people gotta pay attention to the lyrics of the songs.
The women back then, they had to deal with so much. Dang.
But I still will do electric slide on Before I Let Go anywhere. Okay, anytime.
Anywhere, I don't care. Y'all can play that at my funeral. Please do.
Right, hello. You got to have electric slide song, okay? But anyway, let's just close it out. I do want to talk about though ending it on Nova's is Yella. See, Yella don't want to believe me. I don't see it as a breakup song though. It feels like they're saying they won't let go easily. Yeah, but it's still about like letting go. Like it's like if you like this, go back and listen to it with an open mind. I'm telling you, it's a breakup song, but it's like a pre-breakup song. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we separated, we're not divorced. That's what it is. But anyway, the you're like it's a breakup song. So the last scene was with Nova. I think it was that last scene. Anyway, Nova at her mother's gravesite. I thought that just sent me over the edge, child. I was like in shambles, in tears, because it was like a really beautiful scene. My husband's father passed away before we got married, before we got engaged even. But I think that just like as a parent, and I know I'm about to become a parent, like all you would ever want is for your kids to be happy. So for Nova to say like he's happy, mom, I just thought that was so powerful. You guys in the comments, leave your thoughts on that. Season, what did you think about that? I know part of it was about her kind of asking for guidance with, like where she should go from here. But I thought that just really like that conversation that she's having with her mom on the land the night of the wedding, kind of talking about how Raw is okay. I thought that was really beautiful.
Um,
It didn't
so
hit you that hard.
I mean, I was a little distracted
Okay.
on that scene because one thing I can give a shout out for Queen Sugar this episode was the cinematography. I thought the setup of that scene was so fucking pretty and so
Yeah.
beautiful. I kind of like zoned out a little bit.
Okay.
I did hear some of what she said, but I was caught up in like just the ambiance and like
Yeah.
the feel of the scene, or like even when the episode first started and Darla and Ralph Angel are hugging and they
Hmm.
have a shot looking down on him and she's like looking up. I was like, this cinematography is on point tonight. Like this
Yes.
is dope. So I kind of miss that.
Okay.
I kind of missed the verbiage of that scene,
Yeah.
but I get it. I did hear some of it, and I think it is. I mean, you know, when the time comes, I know I'm gonna always talk to my mom or whoever passes. I'm gonna always talk to them.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was really nice, and again, the scene was beautiful. So
Beautiful.
but I kind of
You
tune
kind of,
Melvin out a
yeah.
little bit sometimes.
Well, you missed out because that was a really, really good scene. Yellow Rose says, for some reason, it made me wonder if she's pregnant. I didn't get that from it, but I mean, it's possible. They've been doing a
But I
whole
mean,
lot of
she had the scene where
gagging.
she was, looking over all the pictures and talking to
Yeah.
Calvin. So she was really, really reflective the whole episode, and really just like really just on it and thinking about her mom and Ralph
Yeah.
Angel and just everything, and then sending the letter to Darla. So I mean,
Hmm.
she just was really like she was in her feels for sure. And I know I would be the same damn way when my brother meets his soulmate and
Hmm.
gets married. I know I'm gonna be a wreck, child. I'm probably gonna be looking at pictures and all
Yeah.
this other stuff. So I can relate to her on that little piece.
Yeah, I mean, I think, at your wedding, or knowing you get married, I think as a sibling, like you just like, you grow up from like here, and what you want is you want to see your siblings happy and thriving. And so I just think that's a very just fulfilling thing to know, like, okay, they're set. Like when you got married, it was like, okay, she's in good hands, and it's like a relief, like to know that your sibling who you looked out for, I'm the older one, so who you looked out for your whole life is like now they're in good hands. And I'm
Hmm.
sure you felt the same way with me as well. So
Oh yeah, I love CJ.
yeah, yeah.
Shit.
Yellow says she says she really needs her mom now. That's true. I mean, the pregnancy could be a twist because I remember I was completely off on. I think it might have been Greenleaf. Somebody said a twist and I was wrong. So it could
Wait,
be a twist.
Nova's pregnant?
No, no. Yella is saying it made her wonder if she's pregnant, and
Oh,
I'm not making that prediction, but I'm not gonna completely
I mean, they
rule it
doing a
out.
lot of fucking.
Exactly. Hey, and as a person who's having a coronavirus baby,
A COVID,
a COVID
a
baby,
quarantine baby, cold quarantine.
stranger things happened. Okay. Stephanie says, I think it was foreshadowing a shift. That's true. There's always a shift, though, right? Particularly when it comes to Nova. Okay. And speaking of shift, next week season, I don't think you watch it on the app or something, right?
Yeah,
So
I
you
didn't
did
see
see
the
the preview.
previous.
So next week is going to be the George Floyd episode.
Ah,
I'm going to tell you right now, we're not
I
going
don't
to
want
be
to
like
watch
that.
it.
First of all, I should be probably having this baby next Tuesday. I'm not scheduled for anything per se, but so I don't want to be stressed out. I just don't want to be stressed out with Queen Sugar and recapping that shit. I need to get my head right for this
Shout
baby.
out to his family for getting $27 million, though. The least
The
The
least.
least they
Yeah.
can do for that family.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna have to.
agree.
I'm all for skipping that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit that one out. Maybe I'll catch it another time. But listen, y'all, it's been fun. This is probably our last recap, even though it's not the whole season, because this baby is about to pop. And so I appreciate y'all for hanging with us. We probably won't be able to close out the season, but y'all can at me at Twitter or social media. And season, thank you for having fun. We'll have something else to recap, Chair, in a couple of
Reese, we
months.
gotta show our wedding pictures.
Oh yeah, and so I think a great way of doing it is this is my baby daddy and my
Hey, CJ.
husband. So since today's wedding day, this is my wedding photo. Season, show yours.
This is mine.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Look, that's Reese and CJ at the open bar right there.
Yes,
So
yes,
I got my favorite people in my favorite picture.
yes, yes. So miracles and blessings to everybody out there. Stay safe in this Rona. And we're gonna have to just chat, I guess, if we see each other on Twitter. What's up, Susie? You have something else?
I'm saying if y'all want to get y'all vaccine and stay safe
Yes.
so we can get on up out of this because I'm traveling this summer. I don't know what everybody
Susan
else
said she's gonna be in Tulum. She vaccinated, she's gonna be in Tulum. Chair. I'm
is
gonna
finna
be in
kick
the
it. Okay,
I'm
I'm finna
I'm gonna
kick
be
it.
in the house. I'm gonna be
COVID who?
yeah. Listen, you know what? Last year I had it in my mind. I was gonna be at Soul Beach Music Festival next year, which is this year. Even as I was pregnant, I was like, well, let me see. I'm having her at end of March. That should be enough time for me to bounce back a little bit, drop a little bit of baby weight, and get to Aruba. But then I was like, you trifling ass bitch. No, you cannot go to a massive event and then come back to a baby. So I had to put my dreams of Soul Beach aside. But next year, y'all gonna see me in these streets. Next year, I'm in these streets. But for this year, I'm gonna be turned down. So it's okay. But everybody talking about they vaccines. The second shot, Moderna,
All right
somebody
now.
shout out to y'all. Okay. It's still mask and social distance, all that kind of stuff. Listen, we gonna head out. But we appreciate y'all for hanging with us. And that's it. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.